Attention to the designated grid zone.
Attention to the map!
You bunch of wankers. I am sick, if you couldn't tell. I'm very tired. But I decided to start streaming War Thunder. I could be sleeping, but there's no point sleeping because me being sick, it's not allowing me to sleep. It just keeps me up. Hold on, let me get my tissues. If you're gonna complain about me blowing my nose, shut the fuck up and get out of here. If you don't want to listen to it, then too fucking bad. Because I don't care if you're complaining or not. Righto. We're going to be researching the G91. Then we are going to continue researching the CL. So, yeah. Update 1.9 went to shit. I mean, it's alright, but, you know, they could have done a better job. I just hope they fix all the problems that they've caused in this new update soon. They fucking better. It's just annoying. As you can see with the LA200 just before, the exhaust was coming out the front. And when I'm in battles, the exhaust covers the entire plane. Which is very, very fucking weird. And if you hear this clanging, I'm getting my goddamn breakfast, so shut up. I'm grumpy because I'm tired, and I'm tired because I'm sick. And being sick, having a cold, stops you from being able to sleep because it wakes you up wanting you to blow its nose. That's stupid. I hate this map. I put dislike on this map. Wait, no, I put ban on this map. Why am I getting it? What the fuck? I put a ban on this map. Dude, this system doesn't even work. The reason I can see it is because my kitchen doesn't have a wall between my room, my gaming room, and the kitchen.
I'm sorry!
What is that, Guardian? Apologizing for having a shitty game. Pasta salad. And please let me know if you want me to turn the in-game sound off. It was pretty loud for me. I don't know if it's bad for you guys. Great. Moving on. F59. It's so annoying. Let's see if we can at least get 4 kills. Going down here, he's going down. Oh, there's an attacker and a meal. Yummy. Meals. I'm gonna get on the vampire. Oh, fuck. That thing's gonna go ham on me. I wonder if I get the first shot. I don't like the new feature where it takes away the exhaust from the plane. I mean, I know it's realistic, but I liked it before. This is I'm used to it. Yeah? Gotcha. IS3, baby. Reduces BR, please. Which, no, the only problem I have is it goes up against things on it. Kill it from the front, which shouldn't, realistically in its time, it wasn't possible. I'm okay with it going up against Leopard 1s, but just not all things that have APFDS and heat, and, you know. I forget what it's called. The BT-76. Fuck, I forgot the new system. You can't use your touchpad and select things. FS. Right. I'm okay with going up against things with like Leopard ones that have that APFDS, but not having an entire enemy team that's got heat FS and fucking APFDS. It's not possible. It's not possible to angle right or just get enough time to shoot. Oh god, there's a big one. Oh. I'm gonna put some fucking music on. Oh yeah, I should probably do this to upgrade my S3. Cause this shit's fun. Here we go. I reckon one of the reasons that I get up here in the OS3 is because all my tanks are 7-3. I've noticed if you got 1-3, you get a high chance of getting down tiered or put it U tier. But the more tanks that you have of the same BR, the higher the chance goes up that you get up tiered. And I'm most likely going to get up tiered in this as well, going up against things like fucking FDs, MDs, T62s, T64, things like that. I mean, that's an average up tier with the OS3. Right, what's the point of putting an armored tank in a battle rating where tanks have things that go through armor like it's paper? Like, what's the point of having armored tanks in a BR where APFDS is there? I mean, I'm okay with heat FS being with armor. I mean, it's not that effective, but it is effective. But you still have a chance to ricochet in that, but with APFDS, you don't have a chance. Can you lock all the doors up and make sure that door's the only one open, please? I was asking Chloe if she could shut every door but the back door, and she goes, "No, I'm not your slave." I mean, my pasta salad. No, because I have to put the bowl up. I know. No, that's so sweet. My mummy's bringing me my stuff. Hey, Chloe, Mum cares about me. That's not encouraging me.
You got a headache?
The sore throat's gone. It's just the nose. Yeah, we're gonna get that this morning. We're gonna go have a shower this morning. Yes, and that stuff we talked about yesterday, I know. By the way, guys, don't buy the MiG-17 because it is not that good. It may be fast, but it doesn't have good acceleration, as good acceleration as MiG-15 bis. I mean, it's got air-to-air, but, you know, loses speed a lot quicker. Doesn't have good energy retention. Well, it does have good energy retention, it doesn't reach its top speed that quickly. Like the MiG-15 bis ISH does, it reaches its top speed very quickly, but that premium MiG-17 doesn't do that. It's more of a climbing aircraft. I mean, it's almost similar to the Hunter F1. The Hunter can, well, yeah, it used to be. No, I guess it's not similar to the Hunter. I mean, I don't think of a jet that's similar to where we are. No, that keeps its energy good. I'm trying to think of something with similar stats to it.
Attack hostile troops.
I'm gonna hide my hole. They come from that way, don't they? No, stop turning camera. The goal today with the Russian tanks is to get at least halfway through the research of the I-4. Halfway through. And then for the German jets, I want to get the G91 researched. The only problem I have with the IS-3 is its matchmaking. It just gets put up against things that are way too difficult. See, I have been up tiered. Actually, no, I think I've been down tiered. Yeah, I've been down tiered. Oh, I'm coming for you. Whoa! Oh, he gave me the worst jet. Code 61 killed me, bullshit. Probably killed me through the current APFDS. Shot my ammunition, I bet you that's what happened. I don't know why these aren't hitting. Yeah, I swear to God, I'm just gonna ram them. No! Oh, dude, you can see the intake properly.
Attention to the designated grid square.
I love the new sense of the BMP. Oh my god, it's so sexy. No! Not happening. Another thing I like about this is in normal tank arcade, the bombs have fuses, but in this, they don't have fuses. Why do I just get shot by? Oh, it's a machine gun. I need to aim further. There we go. Make sure to put smoke on. Oh shit. Hello. I should aim a little further. There's a fire. Damn it, that little slit he got me through. Yeah, I'm fine with that round being against the IS-3, but just not APFDS. I need to blow my nose again in a sec. That was a big bomb. Oh! Oh, explosive filler killed me. Because it hit the sandbank. And it bounced off the sandbank and hit my ammunition. Dude, I love the BMP. It's so much fun. So I got his track. Let him kill us. Oh yeah, I'm not hanging out here, bro. Give me some protection for some time, but not that long. We traded. Oh. so lucky. Still got spawn protection, buddy. God, I love spawn protection as well. There's a scanner. My God, they're getting in. That's what she said. My fun away. Damn it! We should allow other players as well. Oh shit, yep, I knew that was gonna happen, like, I was counting down in my head. Yep. I just realized how small that APFDS round is. It's not that long. Most modern tanks APFDS rounds. They're about as long as an arm. I'm gonna see if I can't actually head up the hill over here and actually successfully snipe. I'm just gonna grab this one as well. Because, you know, why not? Ow. I didn't realize I had bombs. I have to get rid of that guy there. They're focused on these. Goes down here. Damn, I haven't lost these missions in a long time. Oh, by the way, the BMP gets night vision. Which is kind of stupid at HBR, if you ask me. And it is questionable to ask about the Panther 2, I mean, it did have it, but at its current battle rating, I don't know. Pretty sketchy. How long have I got my premium count? 4 days. Whoop-de-fucking-do. I'll go reset that bitch later. Okay. I'm gonna get a drink or something. I don't know. I feel like a beer. Like a wild turkey or something. Oh yeah, I still got my cupcake from yesterday. I'll have that. Are you guys still watching? Yes. Fuck, I don't know. I'm close to the T95 though. Oh, I feel like I'm gonna sneeze. Am I gonna sneeze? Oh. No, I'm good. I reckon I'm going to end up buying the T29. I'm so fucking lonely. I don't know why I would buy that, because its gun's pretty fucking weak. It's a 90mm, and it's BR. It's alright, but it gets up-tiered most of the time. Oh. Whenever I see it, it's always getting up-tiered into my BRs. It's kind of sad, if you ask me. I like how no matter where I leave it, it goes straight, when I switch a country, it goes straight to their fucking tanks. It should switch to whatever I left it on. So that's 440. So I can get that amount of silver lions with MiG-15 about 38 kills. And these, I'm not gonna fucking play these. I don't know who wants to. You can't even select the fucking armor. So how fucking miserable this shit is. I have to go into customizations and then do it. I hate how you can't use your fucking touchpad anymore. War Thunder, fix your shit. Can I not take this off? Fuck! Can't. I think I might play the M18 today. I don't know, it's just this thing reminds me of the M18 for some reason. Fast, sexy looking. I mean, I have one of those things, and it certainly ain't sexy. Oh, dude, I saw PC players can now enlarge things like this. Since it's such a... Oh, God. Oh, fuck, that sneeze. Oh, God, I just sneezed like 4 fucking times. I'm not gonna... Okay, this might be weird, But the next time you're about to sneeze, get your thumb and your finger, your point finger, and hold your nose like you're blocking your nose, and sneeze. It feels good. I don't know why it feels good, but it's a kind of a habit I've got going on. Where I need my nose. Did you know, when you have a cold and you sneeze, your body isn't trying to sneeze out the snot. It's trying to get phlegm into your nostrils, so it becomes snot. That's what it's fucking doing. Oh wait! That's got kangaroo! I never noticed that. I'm putting this on all my fucking tanks. Cause I'm Aussie. Anyone who says otherwise, go fuck yourself. Kangaroo. I've wrestled a kangaroo before. Kangaroos can kill you. Because of their power in their legs and the nails can cut you open. And they can keep up with a golf cart. How fast is this tank? Where is... Oh, there is. 90 kilometers an hour. Holy shit, that's actually pretty good. That's actually very fucking good. I want to play these. The only thing I dislike about the Chinese tech tree, it's not their fault. I mean, if it was my country starting up, you know, this sort of shit, I would have bought a lot of this stuff as well. You know, I would have mostly bought Russian stuff because Russians had top leading edge. I mean, in modern days military for aircraft, Russians have everything except for radar range. That's the only thing Russians don't have. The Americans have the best radar range, but the Russians, they have everything else. Everything else. And everyone's saying that I should buy this T-62. I don't know why, but if this T-62 was in the Russian tech tree, I would. But since it's not in the Russian tech tree, it's in the Chinese tech tree, I don't really see a need to go through the Chinese tech tree. Just because a lot of the tanks that they have at mid-tier, like the ISU, IS-2, T-34, a lot of that stuff I already have, and I just don't feel like grinding for that stuff again. I mean, I get that I would eventually go through it the top tier stuff, because I know Russia has some good top tier tanks that aren't in the game that they could possibly get in the game that if they were added now, they'd be at an easy, you know, smooth, calm battle rating, because they're not like over the edge good, but they're good enough to be added at just under top tier MBTs, like modern day Chinese tanks. I mean, they are still pretty good, but I just don't see China being like a desirable country, but I don't know. Most people are gonna think, oh yeah, China's pretty good, we should all be grinding China. The only reason people are thinking that is because it's a new nation that just got added to the game. They got some pretty cool stuff, but I just don't see that their top tier tanks are I don't see them being a rival to any other top tier tank in the game. Maybe something like, honestly, hear me out. So you know the automatic, right? The Italian top tier SBA, right? That thing has APFDS, and the firing rate of that thing is pretty good. It doesn't have good armor, but it's an SBA, what do you expect? They're not going to have that good of armor, but the fire rate, and that it also gets APF DS, which is a very high penetrating type of round, APF DS. It gets that, but it's an SBA. Do you know what could happen if a player, say like the guy that did the funds for the to save the mouse and that, all that, you know, like, I forget his channel name. I was watching him this morning. I was watching his stream last night too. I'll pull his channel name up in a sec. Stuff like that. If, say, like, Russia's top, not Russia, China's top tier thing. You know, the hybrid M6, whatever it is. It's got the armored plating on the side of the turret that's like stacked up in a messy way. If that thing was at a BR where it would go against automatic, it would get destroyed. Anything below it, there's no like in between. Say, you know the fine line between a rank and another rank? If they had tanks in between there, that would have, for the tanks to go against that don't have like a fair BR matchmaking system, like, yeah, that'd be pretty cool, but that would solve a lot of the problems. But another problem that would cause is, what are the vehicles they're going to have to add? I mean, right now you can get the mouse as a premium. It's fucking stupid. I mean, it's outrageous. I didn't have it. I wanted it. I was excited for it to be a premium. Yeah, I can buy it, but I wanted to earn it. I wanted to grind for it. It's not satisfying to not being able to grind for a tank that is so well known, and for people to be able to fucking just buy it. To just buy it with money without knowing knowing that they didn't earn it. They didn't go through that hard, long period of time of earning a tank. I mean, you can say that a lot about a lot of people that buy premiums. I mean, I'm one of them. I have quite a few premiums myself, but I don't buy them because, you know, I don't buy them because I have a lot of money. I buy them because I enjoy those aircraft. I enjoy those tanks. I enjoy those ships. I enjoy them because I do my research on these things. I've got a passion of World War I and II vehicles, all these military vehicles. I'm into that sort of stuff, and I'm sure a lot of people that play War Thunder are into that sort of stuff as well. I mean, why else would you come on and play a game for a long period, many years, and not start to be interested in military vehicles? Not just military vehicles, vehicles themselves. Cargo ships, planes, anything like that, anything mechanical. I'm really into. I mean, I don't buy premiums just for the sake of saying, yeah, hey, I've got a lot of money, I can buy whatever I want. I buy them because I know what that aircraft or tank, whatever that vehicle is capable of in real life. And I like the fact that they can add a vehicle that I like into a game like this. A game where they've got amazing graphics, a game where they've got a system, penetration system, armor piercing system, kill cams, they've got bounces, they've got sound effects that are just beautiful. And with a game that's blown up over the years like War Thunder so much that people just ask so much of them that it's almost like See, if you imagine you're working at an office, right, and your boss gives you a stack of papers, it's your first day on the job, you don't know what to do, you don't know how anything works, your boss gives you a stack of papers that are to the point that, you know, would almost break your desk if you put any more papers on your desk. And you had to do that, finish that within 24 hours. And this shit is like rocket science. Those papers are rocket science and, you know, top-notch shit, you know, smartest people in the world sort of stuff. And you got asked to finish that in 24 hours. Can you imagine what it's like for the War Thunder staff? Can you imagine being pressured by the community to fix this, fix that, we hate you, we're gonna, you know, give you guys complaints until you fix this, do what we want. And at the point of that, they've got things, they've not just got only their job, they've most likely got families, they've got other things to do in real life, and they've got all that stress on top of them just to keep people that are playing a game happy. You can imagine all that stress, and there's a point in a person where a certain amount of stress is going to break that person. I've been to that breaking point before. I've been there multiple times. Stress, it's not fun. It gets rid of your sleep. You worry about things that, you know, you wouldn't normally worry about. Can you imagine what they go through? I mean, I understand that companies that are once small and then they go through a huge change and they become multi-million-dollar companies, and they want to improve because they want more money. I mean, everyone wants money, right? But with some people, money blindsides them. They do things like, you know, War Thunder said they weren't ever going to add any premium jets or any premium top-tier MBTs. And here we are with the T-62, we've got G91s, MiG-15s, Voltors, F-86, F-86-35s, we've got premium jets, premium MBTs all over the place. And the reason they do that is because it's a premium. You got to buy it with money. And the more money they get from you buying these premiums and putting money into the game, the more money they can pay their staff, the more staff they're going to want to work at this work with this job because it's a good paying job. And then they're going to have all of these different positions where they're all going to have to be perfect. You say a graphic designer can do a good job, right? And if a graphic designer's been working at the same place for, you know, years and that, he's going to perfect his stuff, you know, little by little over the years. But if that person leaves, dies, or whatever, and then you hire a new graphics designer, that person's going to have completely different way of doing things. Different programs, different ways of handling situations. It's all different, and then people don't like change because this game's been running for quite a few years, and you know they've made small changes here and there. Small changes, you know, community's fine with small changes. I mean, but if it's a big change, a very big change, like adding premium vehicles and, you know, top line MBTs and supersonic jets, community is gonna, there's a part of the community that's like, yes, we needed this makes us happy. And then also there's gonna be the opposite side. People's like, why did you add this? Why don't you fix your problems first before you add stuff that creates more problems? That's the thing with Gaijin. they add stuff that makes more problems instead of fixing the problem itself. They don't get straight to the troublemaker. They simply just put a wall in its path and just temporarily stop it. I mean, it's still there. It's going to eventually create another problem. It's basically just chemical reaction. You know, a minor glitch in the system where it's like a model glitch, you know, tank doesn't load in properly, you know, the model isn't correct, and adding all these different systems, other like mechanics into the big system, one of these mechanics is just gonna have a reaction to that problem that they've put behind a wall. That wall's gonna break and it's gonna combine into an even bigger problem. That's the thing with War Thunder right now. All they're doing for themselves is they're only locking themselves into a tighter corner. They see War Thunder premiums as an opportunity to make money. You know, people love money. It's, you know, it's the reason people work, you know, to enjoy themselves, to buy nice things, you know, to get the satisfaction of being able to buy something, you know, that's expensive, being able to work towards something, being paid. And that's the thing with big companies like Gaijin. Once they start blowing up, they're going to want to continue to blow up because they see it that as, oh my god, we're doing so good, we're getting so much money. This money's making people happy. No, it's not. Money, you can't buy happiness. It doesn't work like that. Happiness is given to you. You earn happiness. You can't just simply expect to earn a certain amount of money and, you know, you're happy. People at Gaijin just, they don't see that. The managers don't see that, you know, nobody does. Nobody in the world sees it. See, even me, if I'm talking about this sort of stuff, I might forget about that I even had this conversation in a few years' time. Not a few years, maybe like, I don't know, like 10 years from now, I might completely forget about this, you know. And then it might cross my mind one day, am I really happy? Does money really make me happy? Or is it the feeling of being able to do stuff make me happy? It's a choice. Do you think that, I don't know, someone like a homeless person is happy? There's homeless people out there that are happy with what they got. They're happy to be homeless. You know why? Because they don't have the stress of someone with a house who has to pay bills. They can roam around free doing what they wish. You know, with some limitations of the law. But they can do a lot of things that us in a normal society, you know, hesitate to do. Because, you know, there's rules, you know. You're just afraid, if you break the rules, you know, you're afraid to lose the money, you know. Because you think that the money is the happiness. You don't want to, you know, do the wrong thing, you know. I don't know, spill your coffee on your boss, you know. You don't want to upset your boss to where he or she's gonna fire you, and you lose being able to earn money. It's the same thing with Gaijin. People stop playing the game, and people working at Gaijin are going to get depressed because they're not earning as much money as they used to. And then they're going to try their hardest to get people back with, I know, giving everyone a free premium or something like that. It's just those ideas of people. Everyone loves free stuff. Who doesn't love free stuff? There's a few. I used to think when I was in primary school, we used to watch like in grade 3 and grade 2 and that. We used to watch the news as a whole class at my old school. We used to watch the news, and every now and then there'll be something about some companies, you know, losing a lot of money, you know, desperately trying to get their customers back. And then what most of them would do is they would give out free stuff, free new stuff. And Gaijin, without a doubt, if Gaijin were to go downhill, well, they are going downhill just slowly. You know, it's up and down for pretty much every company. If it gets to a point where Gaijin's only going to have a few 100,000 people playing, they're going to start getting worried. The manager's going to think, oh God, we're not going to be able to pay these people to work here, and they're going to, you know, rat on us with losing money. It's almost like the food chain. The bigger the company, the more corrupted people get. The demands of the community towards Gaijin it's scary. Can you imagine that? You don't want to, you know, disappoint people that look forward to all these nice things and games and, you know, all these different things. You don't want to disappoint them, because if you disappoint them, then, you know, you think, what did I do wrong? I thought I was doing the right thing. There's always going to be people that have the positive side of things and then the negative side. It's just a matter of fact choosing the right side to, you know, it's just a matter of fact of choosing the right side to join. It's not in fact of joining them, it's just which side to please. Because if you've got a side that's got more negative than, and then the other side's got more negative than the positive side, you've got to want to, you know, make the negative side happy. And then by doing that, you're going to make what once was the positive side the negative side. And then even in the negative side, if you make people happy, if you do what they want you to do, there's still going to be people in the negative side that's like, no, that's not what I wanted. It was part of what I wanted, but I wanted more. And then those people are going to stay in the negative side. And then the positive side's going to join the negative side. It's never a balanced scale. People try to balance it out, but balancing it out, it's always going to be, you know, it's always going to be problems, because the negative side, the people on the negative side are going to, it's like the media, they're going to convince people in the positive side to join the negative side, because, you know, if they do that, you know, if they do what you want them to do, you know, that could cause even more problems, and then, you know, they might take that thing that you wanted away, and then that convinces people to join the opposite side. It's just a big long system of just demands, and companies just have to figure figure it out themselves. And it's most of the time it's more positive than the negative. But if they stuff up one little bit, that scale is going to tip to the opposite side. It's going to tip. And the more it tips to the negative side, the less people are going to want to communicate and, you know, share problems or share ideas. And it's just going to cause more problems. People not, you know, sharing these cool ideas, you know, maybe you should fix this and then that would fix, you know, so-and-so. And then if you fix those things, it would also automatically fix something else. It's just it's never like a good thing. It may get good for a certain period of time, but then that good might turn out to be, you know, the bad thing. You know, what you thought you were doing was good, it's the bad thing. Because whichever side's got most of the, you know, the positive things, whoever's got, you know, the more people on their side, they're going to want to please those people because, you know, it'll attract more people. But what people don't realise is that you can't always get what you want. There's going to be those moments where you imagine, you know, a vehicle coming to the game, it's going to, you know, you've got everything in that tech tree, and if they added that vehicle, it wouldn't be, you know, it wouldn't take as long to get to it. You know, you'd be top dog, you'd be, you know, fastest jet, you know, most armoured tank, best, you know, fastest tank or whatever. Is that, and then the people that don't have it, and even the people that do have it, and, you know, have the advantage against every other vehicle, they're not going to be happy because there's no counter. There's no way of, like, there's no opposite vehicle in another tech tree to counter that vehicle. It's just going to rule until they add another patch where it's going to be, you know, better vehicles than that, and there's going to be no counters for the next better vehicles, so on and so on. That's what Gaijin does. They do that because it tempts people to buy premium stuff, premium counts, Golden Eagles, premium vehicles, to grind to that vehicle. Because it is the best vehicle in the game. And to grind to that vehicle, people become impatient, and then they spend money on the game. And then Gaijin sees that as, you know, a good thing. And then, you know, people waste their money, and then they get sad that they wasted their money on something that they could have easily gotten without spending anything, but just with a little extra time needed. I mean, there's players out there that can research an entire rank in one day. You know, no matter what rank it is, if it's a top tier rank, you know, if it's supersonic jet rank, they can research that entire zone in one day because they know how to play. They know how to use the system. They know how to maneuver. They know how to angle their armor. They know, because they've got experience. Even players that haven't even played the game for that long and know a lot of the stuff and know how the game works, but just simply watching videos on YouTube or something. They know how people, they learn tricks from people, good players, and then they use those tricks themselves, and it's just they use those tricks and they can perfect them to how they like it, and then they can dominate. I've seen it. I've done it. I've dominated people in this game. I've dominated people in this game that have better vehicles, faster, more armored vehicles. It's just a matter of skill, knowing what to do. And Gaijin uses those people with the good skill to promote their game. They ask them to use these premium vehicles to buy all this, golden eagles. You see those YouTubers, in their videos. You start the videos and they've got like hundreds of millions of golden eagles and silver lions. They use that image, people seeing that, thinking that, everyone's going to want to be that, rich. They're going to have that skill of that person by simply just buying vehicles. It's not how it works. You get skill by playing for a period of time and trying new maneuvers, new techniques. And with some people, I remember my first premium, the IS-6. I remember I started the game, and about a month later I bought the IS-6, and that brought me from 2.0 up into 7.3. I didn't know what I was doing. I was playing it like it was a 2.0 or a reserve. And people at a high BR, they tend to, not rush. Unless it's MBTs, they don't rush. They, hang back, and they don't think that, people at that tier are gonna, continue to act like reserves and just rush the cap, or, simply get that lucky. I remember the first game I had with the IS-6. It was a realistic game. And no, was it realistic? No, it was an arcade game. And it was Poland, and I remember traveling around the map in the city, killing everything. Everything. I got behind them. I flanked them, and they didn't expect it, because, a player that would earn, a player that didn't start the game and just buy a premium, they wouldn't expect that. Because they're used to people having the skill and, the knowledge not to rush, because, you might be having a bad day, and when you try new things, it doesn't go well, and it gets stuck in your head that, even if you're not having a bad day, if you're having a good, lucky day, you're getting a lot of kills, you won't try that same thing. Even though that I had flanked them, people were still managing to, get a few shots off of me, but I was so happy. I was happy that I spent that much money on a premium, and then I started learning how other people played at that BR. I started, trying to learn the way that they played, and then I disregarded my skill. I tried copying other people's skill, because, you see people doing well, you want to copy what they're doing, you want to get the same results. You want to be, you just want to be invincible. You want to dominate the battlefield. And you learn the any skills, and you completely disregard the skill you didn't have. Like, you didn't have any skill, and then you start getting skill. You start making second decisions, you know, you start panicking. You think, I mean, I remember in that match, I didn't think, I just rushed in, turned my turret, shot, you know, moved, you know, I was all over the place. I was like, wow, I'm so good at this game. And then, you know, gradually after each match, I'd get, you know, less and less kills, and then to the point where I wouldn't even play it, because I wouldn't get any kills, because I would think, and I wouldn't shoot quick enough, I wouldn't, you know, I'd go out in the open. I mean, I guess, in a way of saying, I got lucky that it was the Poland map, because, you know, it wasn't a big open area. And back then, you know, the markers in arcade, they didn't pop up straight away when you turned a corner and people were around there with their vehicles. They didn't pop up straight away. They still don't. I mean, it is better now, but, you know, still a little glitchy. And then, with that, people in the arcade, they're used to seeing that, okay, yep, there's an enemy tank because I can see it's highlighted. And I remember my first tank realistic battle. I had no idea what to do. I thought my game was broken because I didn't see any highlighted players. I just went for cats. I died, and I just left the game. And I wasn't much of a realistic player from, you know, then on. Until, you know, I was confident enough that I had the required amount of skill to play realistic and know how to play realistic. And Gaijin uses those players with skill to promote their game. Because people that have never played the game see those people playing with, you know, all this time is spent on the game with so much skill. And they see, wow, maybe I can be that skilled if I just hop on the game, and it would happen just like that. Gaijin knows how people think. I mean, people are easy to, you know, convince to do things. You know, it's how media works. It's how companies promote their products. How they promote, you know, new things. They manipulate people thinking, yeah, it's very easy to do that well. But it's, in reality, it's a lot harder. Everything seems a lot harder, and, you know, some things it can be a lot easier than you think, or a lot harder than you think, or can be, you know, it's very rarely that you know exactly how it'll go, unless you've done that thing before, and you've done the required amount of time doing that thing, you know how it works. And Gaijin used that to manipulate people that have never seen this game, don't know how anything works. I mean, if you took a World of Tanks player that has never played War Thunder, and you took him and put him into an arcade top tier tank battle, wouldn't even get a kill. Because the thing with World of Tanks, they don't have that system like Gaijin does. Gaijin has a system where, you know, angling your armor matters. You know, what shell you use matters. World of Tanks doesn't have that system. It may have a similar system, but it's not as realistic. And Gaijin takes those new people that have never experienced this thing, and they think, oh, yes, if I try this new thing that, you know, I've been told to try out, because, you know, it's really cool, and I'll be great at it. You might be great at it. Your first time, you can be very good at it, but then you start to hesitate, and you start thinking on trying new things, and then it's just that sort of stuff. And Gaijin just takes that new players, and manipulating the new players that they can do very well in a game that they've never played before, and going up against people that have played for years, and then convincing that new person can do very well. But in reality, once that person realizes that this game is a lot harder than you thought, you're gonna not play it as much. You're not gonna want to put money into it. Some people will put money into it because pay to win players would put money into it. Oh yeah, I'll get this and I'll be even better. It's just a vicious cycle of people just being manipulated and spending money on a game where you could be spending your money on a lot of other things that you've wanted to do. But with Gaijin, most companies, I'm not just calling out Gaijin. I'm not calling out anyone. I'm just trying to make a point that you just think before you actually do something. Don't expect to go into a game, a brand new game, thinking you're gonna be great at it. Don't expect that to happen, because it might happen your first ever a few minutes of playing. It might go very good for you, and then you're gonna start panicking. Why am I not doing as good? Why isn't it going as good as it was before? And then you try, you stress out, and you stop playing the game, and then you come back to the game because just remembering how you played the game, and if you're bored and you got no other games you want to play, and you see that Sony game and you haven't played that in a while, you'll come back to it. Eventually, all those people that quit War Thunder, they will come back to it. They won't necessarily come back and play the game, but they will come back and watch videos. They'll see results on YouTube or something like that. That War Thunder's a better game now. It's just a manipulative cycle that just goes around and around. It's different for everyone. People may get angry, 1 minute, stop playing the game, and say to themselves, yeah, I'm never going to play this game again. And they go right back to it. It's just a big cycle. And a lot of companies know that that's what happens. People will want to play the game. They'll suggest it to their friends, their families. They'll make videos about it. And even if it's a negative reply about something with a company, a game company, like Gaijin, if it's something bad about War Thunder, there's people that'll watch that person that have never seen something about that game, and the first video they see about that game is a negative video, and I think, oh no, it can't be that bad. And then those people, they'll do good, they won't, go crazy with it. They'll slowly ease up, and new people, if it's a negative reply and people are seeing that reply for the first time, they've never seen anything about that product. They've never seen anything about it. A negative reply is going to get more people playing longer than if it was a positive reply. Because a positive reply is going to get people excited, get people wanting to play and expecting it's going to be the best game ever, and then they actually play it. It's not as good as they expected, and they're disappointed with the results. It wasn't how they wanted it to be. Now, with a negative reply, people don't really expect it to be like the best game ever. They just want to see if it's really as bad as this person is saying it is. I mean, some people will agree with that person, oh yeah, this game's horrible. And then they see that, their friends or other people are doing good in this game, and they started at low tier, and, they're still at, like, reserve rank. And you haven't played the game in a while, and you'll want to go back to that game because the only message you saw about that game was negative. A negative reply is more likely to get more attention than a positive reply. Because a positive reply is just going to get all this hope, excitement up. And then if people play the game and expect it to be so good, and if it's just a little tiny, if it's a tiny bit off of their expectations, they'll get sad, they'll, not want to play it. To where a negative reply, they don't have any expectations. They don't have any, thoughts that, if I play this game, I'm going to be so good at it. They don't have that thought. And that's why some companies, they don't promote the good replies. They don't promote people saying nice things about it. Some companies promote more negative stuff than positive. Because that negative stuff, people are going to want to see what's all the commotion about. Why do people hate this thing so much? And they're going to try it out themselves, and just by trying it out, they're going to end up spending a certain amount of money, to try different things out in just this one big system. With War Thunder, if you're a new player and, you don't have any premiums, you try the game, oh yeah, this game's, or if you go, I mean, it's different. If you go, oh yeah, this is alright, or if you go, this is terrible, I mean, you're going to want to buy a premium regardless, because you don't know if having a premium is different to having, no premium. You don't know if it works the same. You don't know if you'll have the same skill or whatever. And you'll play that vehicle different. You'll try that product out. It's different for everything. And Gaijin, a lot of companies like Gaijin, they know this. It's just a matter of playing a waiting game. And they bribe people, like, oh yeah, we'll give you a free premium if you make a positive video about this game, and we'll give you a certain amount of money, and we'll give you like free premiums, and if you get so and so amount of people to start playing this game, oh yeah, we'll give you more. It's all about money with with everyone. It's all about the money. As I was saying before, can't buy happiness. You think you're poor one day, and you wish you could buy that thing, but you don't have any money, and then when you're older, you have a job, you're earning money. You think, wow, I could buy these things that I've wanted to buy. I can buy things that... Hold on. Hey, mate! Hey, mate! Solo! Come here. about that. I'll deal with the dogs that are barking. Oh, what was I saying? Yes. They see that, and you know they'll pay you a certain amount of money, and the more you do that, you know, they see, oh yeah, this person's getting a good feedback because we gave this person, you know, a certain amount of money, and they put effort towards introducing people to this product. It's like, yeah, we'll do it again with this person because they got a good amount of positive feedback, and this is good for us. And that's just a promotion, you know. The bigger the company, the more people are gonna hear about it. More, you know, chitter chatter people are gonna, you know, more people talk about it. More people, you know, hear about it. You know, it's just a matter of companies just wanting to get to the top. You know, it's all about the money. It's about the money, and you know, just wanting to be able to. It's just. I'm not gonna get too deep into it. It's just wanting to, you know, people wanting to buy these things, you know, the thing that'll make them happy. But you know, you can't buy happiness. I mean, again, I'm not trying to, you know, say a bad thing about Gaijin, War Thunder, or anything like that. I'm just trying to point out, you know, that these things aren't, you know, always, you can't always make everyone happy. You can't make everyone happy. There's always going to be that negative part on the scale. Or there's always going to be that negative part. It's just, I mean, and some people know this, and all they do is just wanting to keep that the biggest part, you know, the happiest. But it'll always even itself. It'll always go back to having the negative part the most, the biggest. It'll always be the negative part that'll have more than the positive. It'll always be the negative. Nothing is ever perfect. You know, you can't always have everything you want. And it's just how it works. But I'm also not saying that you shouldn't buy things in a game, or you know, some sort of premium system in a company. You know, if you upgrade to gold or, you know, platinum or whatever on like a card membership thing, you know, you get better stuff. I'm not saying you shouldn't do that. It's just, think about it. Like, is that really what you want? Like, is that really what you want to do? Or could you be getting something more out of the same amount of money? Could you be getting something more? It's almost like kids, little kids. You know, you buy them a toy, they'll play with it for a little bit, and then, you know, they'll not want to play with it. They'll have a new favorite thing. It's with everyone. You know, they'll have a new favorite thing. They'll want to move on to that new cool thing. You know, the new, I don't know, the new hairstyle, the new, I don't know, scooter or skateboard or whatever. You know, impress the kids at school. It's all about affection. You know, people just want affection. They want people to see them as, you know, happy people. And that they can get whatever they want. Again, I'm saying that you shouldn't do things that, you know, think you should do, you know, spend crazy amount of money. I'm not saying you shouldn't do that. I mean, it's your money. You do what you want to do. Just think about it. You know, if there's something else you could be doing with it. Could you be, you know, working towards something else that's, you know, it's something else that's more expensive, something else that you actually need. It's simple thinking. Well, that does it for this stream, I guess. I will be streaming again later today. Probably in an hour or so. Just gonna go have a break and that. Yeah, please, hit the like button, subscribe. You know, all that mumble jumble. You know, since I'm such a small channel, I do reply to those people that subscribe and like and comment and that. I do reply, but just sometimes I'm not able to because just I'm either too tired or I've got other more important things going on. But yeah. Well, that does it. Peace in the Middle East. Yeah, I stole that from Isaac Butterfield. Sorry, Isaac. Yeah. Please tune in to my next stream later on today. I hope you enjoyed. Catch you later.